Soul Calibur 4.
Soul Calibur 4 is actually the 5th edition of Namco's Soul Calibur. Came out last year, I think July or something like that. And I've had it for a while actually. I have to admit that I kind of got bored of Soul Calibur after the first week or so, because I'd started the Tower of Lost Souls or whatever that is, and it got kind of boring, and I got to like levels where I couldn't beat them, and I got angry, and I was very close to throwing my PS3, and it was very irritating. And I'm not the kind of person that like goes back to the option screen and like puts it down to easy, you know? No, that sucks. I'm always on like the hard level, and I hate losing. Probably not a good thing, so I kind of retired this game pretty early, even though it was new when I got it. No offense to Star Wars fans, but I think Yoda's kind of a cheap character because he's almost impossible to defeat because he's so small, and you're like trying to like hit him and you keep missing, and you have to crouch down and then hit him, and it's ridiculous. And I hate Yoda with a burning passion that envelops my soul. It's awful. Vader's cool. I mean, he's the supervillain. How can you not like Darth Vader? I think you'd have to be retarded. You're like, oh, I'm with the Jedi Knights. Green swords for us. And stupid retarded people. No offense to anybody who really is retarded out there. I don't mean anything by that. Just sometimes you have different values, definitely. And of course, with new technology, the PS3 and the Xbox 360, you're able to actually get online with this game, so you can actually fight other people. Like, you don't have to get your brother and be like, hey brother, fight me, and my brother's always like, no, I hate that game, you always win, I hate you. Then I'll always use my one character that I like, the girl with the elbow sword things. I don't know what she's called. I probably should know her name, but I don't. Anyway, I can beat almost anybody with her, except on those sets where you've got these edges all around, I always get kicked off, and then it's like, ring out, and my brother's like, yes! I'm like, come on, again, rematch, and he'll kick me out of the ring again because we won't switch the screen. And yeah, sometimes I let him just use those screens because otherwise he'll stop playing because I'm a bit too competitive, I guess. I love playing the one screen where you're kind of like in the middle of this forest on this, I think it's brick tile or something, and there's all these chocobo running around, and you're like, what the heck, we're not in Final Fantasy, I'm sorry, but what are all these chocobos doing running around? And you kind of want to like go hit one, you know, and you get close to one and they run away, they kind of just apparate into the air, and you're like, okay, that works a little. Come back, chocobo, I want to ride you, we'll pwn this noob together. No? Okay, you can leave, I guess. I never really finished the game. You know, the tower's way too big and stupid, and it won't let me win. And yeah, I finished a lot of the actual character. Like, you go on the journey and you're like, oh, I'm Lizard Man, and I am armed with this Greek letter, and I'm going to go and destroy Soul Edge because that is my destiny. Or, I'm Valdo. My name has nothing to do with the fact that I look exactly like a Harry Potter character that kind of shares my name. Oh, I can do awkward, weird things with my body that shouldn't be possible. Yeah, watch me scuttle on the ground all creepy-like. That's what I like to do in my spare time. Anyway, have you noticed the odd weaponry in Soul Calibur 4? Hopefully you have, because Soul Edge isn't possible. You're not going to be able to lug around a huge, heavy, taller-than-you sword and actually going to be able to swing it around and hit people and actually expect them to die. They probably would be like, oh, and the person would be like, okay, move. Like, you're not going to be able to swing it fast enough for it to actually do any damage. The person's just going to run away. Like, ooh, big heavy sword. Really? Are you going to even be able to lift that up? They're just going to laugh at you if you ever try that in real life, unless you made it out of foam, and that might not do much damage. And that isn't just in Soul Calibur 4. It's in every single edition. They have these huge weapons that are stupid and you wouldn't want to lug around, and everybody would laugh at you if you tried doing that. Like, bring that to school. Your teachers wouldn't even get you in trouble. It wouldn't be like if you brought a gun into school. They'd probably just be like, ha, look at that stupid kid. I probably tried that when I was little too. And you're like, stupid teacher, Soul Calibur wasn't around when you were little. My bad. Okay. Right. Actually, I don't think everybody would laugh at you, because if you went to an anime convention or a gaming convention, you'd probably get reactions like, "Whoa! Look at that huge sword! Dude, look at that cool sword! Oh my god, I can't believe he made that. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's like sharp? Do you think they sharpened it and like no, it's made out of foam, dude. He wouldn't be able to lug it around if it was real. Sorry. I think I'd laugh anyway, though, because you know that he's, like, got the huge sword, and it's, like, behind him, and he turns and knocks out people, you know? Like, all the Final Fantasy characters are knocked out on the ground. You just laugh. You know you would. So to wrap up, if you liked this, favorite it, and subscribe to me. It's not over here. It's over here in this direction. Just look outside my screen, okay? Yeah, subscribe to me. Oh, and rate this too. Just for funsies, okay? Just rate this for funsies. So, I'm Holly, and that was my opinion.